Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Off the Clock. I'm your host, Sierra Jones. Today on Off the Clock, we have part 2 of UAH head men's basketball coach, Coach John Shulman. Off the Clock starts now. How has that relationship been with your son being on your team?
Well, it's interesting. I coached him a little bit at McCallie and coached Tanner, the middle one, at McCallie. I want to coach them, okay? I want to be around them, but I don't think I'm this. I've talked to parents who coach their kid. Boy, I'm harder on my kid than any other kid. I'm harder. Well, if I was your kid, I would say, Dad, don't coach me. I don't need, just be fair.
Yeah.
Be fair with me. I think I'm fair. My first year with Max, he never started a game. All right? And he was our leading scorer. I may have bent over backwards the other way.
Yeah.
But I think we have a great relationship. We take it home when it's time to take it home. We've had, honest to God, I've coached him for many years. We had one bad day. And Max acted like a complete buffoon at McCallie, and it happened to be JC's birthday, and like he wouldn't speak to me at dinner. But besides that, it's all good. I don't know about the young. I've never coached the youngest, but I've coached the other two, and we've had a great time. And we've watching Tanner Shulman get up on that ladder last year and cut down that net was one of my great memories of coaching. And my first year at UAH, Max down in Sanford, got a chance to cut down those nets with my best buddy behind there in the stands, and I've got a great picture of them, and my best buddy passed away 3 weeks later. And so, like, coaching is a journey, and everybody's life's a journey. You're living your journey right now, and it's a book.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what chapter I'm on, but it's a journey, and you learn, and you grow, and you make memories, and, you know, people think our memories are made just on the court. They're not. In that journey with your team, I mean, the fun that we had and the hard times that we had as a team, not on the court, are the things that you remember when it's all over.
And they'll cherish the most too.
Yeah, those are the locker room after winning a championship. Or you know, I'll tell this story. Max, last year, 2 years ago, in the NCAA tournament. I've got a very special bond with Huntsville at Lee High School because I recruited a kid named Eric Robertson. And E-Rob played for me at Chattanooga. And on a Monday night, we knew we were going to the NCAA tournament. That next day, Monday night, Eric was playing a pickup game in Knoxville and passed away. But Eric, to me, wore number 15, and for me at Chattanooga, that was E-Rob. That was Eric, Easy E. And we play that next Saturday. We play Embry-Riddle. My son wears number 33. He slashes his eye open, and he's got to leave the game, got to get stitches during the middle of the game, comes back in the game, makes a big three, and we come back and win the game.
Wow.
And it was really cool. After the game, my youngest was down there with me. He was like, Dad, pointing at Max. I was like, yeah, I know, you made a big shot, JC. And he was like, no, look at his jersey. He came back in wearing number 15. And that was the Saturday after that Monday that Eric passed away. And I was like, well, Eric was a high-level three-point shooter, and Eric helped. Those are the memories that you have in this journey. And it's, you know, I used to think, and this is the deal, I used to think it was just about the games. And that people liked me if we won, and they hated me if we lost. That's a hard way to live. And I realized after the Chattanooga experience that, just to be honest, nobody really cared. Nobody really cared. I thought the world revolved around me at Chattanooga, and then I got a good lesson that I had nothing to do with it, and that everybody was living their own lives. So if everybody's living their own lives, why not just focus on these young men's lives instead of worrying about the game? And since we've done that, it's turned out to be pretty good.
And Eric was an amazing person. I met him for the first time. He was actually helping out at Madison Academy with Coach Blackston when he was there. And that's when we worked a couple of camps together.
A lot of black guys from Huntsville, Alabama are teaching Spanish at MA.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of black. That's what Eric, I passed him in the middle of downtown Chattanooga one time. I was like, hey, Easy, what are you doing? He said, Coach, at the end of each semester, I take my mock bucks, my extra money, and I go buy Chick-fil-A sandwiches for the homeless, and I feed them to the homeless. People don't know this, but Eric and his wife, only Eric could marry Jerica. All right, Eric and Jerica. They were going to a third world country. That's why Eric learned Spanish.
Yep.
They were going to a third world country she was going to be a doctor down there, and he was going to save those kids.
Yeah.
And so there was not a greater human in the world than Eric Robertson. He was a pretty special guy.
That's why because I speak Spanish too, so when he started talking, I was like, what?
Yeah.
It's very rare,
He's a special, but you meet these kids and you get involved with these kids along your journey, and they touch your lives. And thank God Eric touched mine.
Yeah, mine too for the short amount of time that I met him.
Yeah.
But you mentioned the journey. Now, your wife has been a part of this journey. You mentioned her a couple of times. So tell us how you guys met, how long you've been married.
Well, all right, so my wife was a really good player.
Okay.
So I can say that I gave these great basketball genes to my children. I gave them heart and my competitive nature. She gave them the ability to play basketball.
Oh, okay.
So she was freshman of the year in the OVC at Tennessee Tech. She was player of the year in the Southern Conference at East Tennessee State. She shot in the three-point shooting competition at the Final Four. It was the year Steve Nash went up there on the men's side. She shot on ESPN. And she was pretty much dumb enough to marry me. And she's gone on this journey with us. And we were in Spartanburg, South Carolina. We started in Johnson City, Tennessee. Went to Spartanburg, South Carolina, to Wofford College. Went to Tennessee Tech University in Cookeville, Tennessee. Went to Chattanooga. We were in Chattanooga for 17 years. And when you're getting older and you've been in one place for 17 years, that's really home. And crazy world that we live in. Here we are in Huntsville, Alabama, and making the move to Huntsville, and she made the move. She's in real estate. She is a great mom, a great wife, a great person, and you probably need to marry the opposite. If I married a female like me, we would have killed each other by now. And so she is laid back, she is quiet, she is nice and calm and reserved.
You guys level each other out.
Yes, we're a very good balancing act.
How long have you guys been married now?
27 years.
When will be 28?
June 22nd. Don't even go there. I know my dates. It was so nice. I woke up one morning, June 22nd, Amy, happy anniversary. And she looked at me and she was like, oh my God, it's our anniversary. And so that's why she's not that frou-frou type that I would be in trouble.
You'd be in trouble,
No, and she's not that. She's a baller.
Yeah.
She's a baller and she understands. And I mean, she's the one that tells me after the game, will you get Max to start getting her flipping rebound? And so she's that mom.
I love that.
She's that mom, so she's good. And we've, June 22nd will be 28 years. And June 28th will be a big day. That's my birthday, so I'm expecting something from you at that time.
Okay, I'll remember that.
All
June
right,
28th.
I appreciate that.
Got it.
Thanks.
One more question before we go.
Yeah.
So where did she sit? Did she sit behind you? Did she sit across from you?
All right, so all right, this is a great story. I become the head coach of Chattanooga. Take over for Jeff Lebo. Jeff Lebo goes to Auburn. I'm the guy. I'm the man. I'm the head coach. She wanted to get seats behind us, better seats.
Yeah.
And so there you are, sweetie. You just go up there and sit right there behind. And after the first couple games, she was like, I need some other seats. I was like, why? She was like, well, people are rude what they're saying about you, and they're saying it in front of our children. I need to go somewhere by myself. And because she didn't want to kill anybody during the game.
Right, yeah.
And so we come down here. She wanted to sit across because she wanted to see the bench, and then she wanted to sit behind the bench, and she wants to be incognito.
Okay.
She doesn't want to, I mean, she's in multiple Hall of Fames. She's in East Tennessee State Hall of Fame. She just got asked to speak to her high school team. All right, so she wanted to go back up to East Tennessee. They want her, and she was like, no, I'm done. She wants to be behind the scenes, incognito, and just kind of blending in.
Blending in.
And so I can't even tell you where she sits because she'd be mad at me. But she sits somewhere behind me that you'll never know. You'll never know. That's who she wants to be.
Well, Coach, thank you. We'll be right back to hear about this upcoming season.
Hello Huntsville is a weekly lifestyle audio and video podcast produced in studio and on location to showcase Huntsville's best activities, entertainment, neighborhoods, and all the unique attractions that make the Rocket City one of the top cities to live in the nation. Our primary audience is adults who live, work, play, and innovate in the Huntsville metro area. And each episode will feature Cynthia Joyner in conversation with business owners, decision makers, elected officials, and some of the city's most compelling personalities telling the stories of her hometown. Whether you're local, new in town, or just passing through, Hello Huntsville will have something for you.
Welcome back. We are here with Coach Shulman, the head men's basketball coach here at UAH. Coach, tell us about this upcoming season and who can we expect to see?
Well, you're not going to see Cheney.
Okay.
I know that.
Yeah.
Bruce Pearl gets to see Cheney. There's no bitterness there whatsoever. I'm just kidding. You're going to see, you're going to see the same type kids and the same type effort, hopefully, that you've seen the last 4 years. And really before that with Coach A. Cuff. Mm-hmm. We returned, at one time, last year C.J. Williamson actually hurt his foot against Auburn in our preseason exhibition game. So we really started 4 sophomores and a senior, my oldest son, Max. And so we're really returning a lot. You got 4 returning kids. That's pretty good in today's transfer portal NIL world. But Cheney leaving, all right, we're returning 3 sophomores who are now juniors. We have an old team. You better be old. To win, you better be old. Yeah. That's why I was shocked 2 years ago when we were young and we're still able to win, and we won at the end of the season. But we're kind of old. We do return 3 starters. Jack Costello at the point. He's got an amazing story because I want to throw him off the team his freshman year. And he didn't sulk. He didn't pout. All he did was come back and win us 2 straight championships. Awesome. So he'll be at the point. Luke Burnett, who made 108 threes last year from Knoxville, Tennessee, another amazing kid. He's a janitor at his church in the summer up in Knoxville. He shoots threes and fishes and doesn't speak. That's Luke Burnett. And you got Dane Harding from Albertville, Alabama, who was our backup 3. When CJ goes down, we made him our 5 because we run a lot of Princeton actions here. And Dane Harding kind of bailed us out, just to be honest. But you've got those 3. Dalton Dodd's coming back for his 18th year, I think, in this world that we live in. Someone asked me the other day, they're like, what year's your middle son, Tanner? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. He redshirted at Lipscomb. He played a year at Lipscomb during COVID. Then he played another year, and then this and this. He's 29 years old. He's just a sophomore. That's kind of what we're dealing with here. Dalton Dodd's coming back. Tanner Shulman's coming back. I would say this. I would talk about kind of 3 guys that need to be talked about that are kind of new. One's kind of not new, but he took a year off last year. It's Austin Leslie. And Austin Leslie's from Westminster Academy. Yeah. He's a Huntsville kid. He is one of the most amazing athletes I've ever coached, and an amazing kid. And so Austin Leslie comes back. He went to Southern Miss, came back, played for us 2 years, took last year off, has come back, and he's been amazing. It's so nice to have him back. Why did he want to come out? We want him back. He's part of our family. Yeah. He needed family. It goes so far beyond basketball, most of this, and that's why I love Austin Leslie. We've got 2 other Alabama kids who are brand new. One of them is a guy named Tommy Murr. And Tommy Murr, if you follow high school basketball in Alabama, then you know who Tommy Murray is. You know, I guess I always thought that, you know, if you're a cool guy, you're a cool guy, you're a good player. People love Tommy Murray because he's got 71,000 followers on Instagram. Whatever that means, it's really important. I know that for a fact. Tommy's from Athens, Alabama. He scored over 5,000 points in high school.
Yeah.
He's one of the elite scorers in the history of high school basketball. He goes to Lipscomb for a couple years, and now he's back. He's got 2 years to play, and he has been amazing in here. He's got an elite speed. He shoots it. He scores it. He's got to understand we want him to be Tommy Murr back at Lindsay Lane. Tommy Murr. And, well, you can't do that in college. Well, yes, you can. Go be Tommy Murr. Lindsay Lane, Tommy Murr. So we're looking forward to watching Lindsay Lane, Tommy Murr. The one that scored like 47 against J.D. Davidson out at Columbia High School a couple years ago. That Tommy Murr. And then we got a kid. We lost Cheney. So who do you bring in? There's a lot of kids. The transfer portal is now like shopping on Amazon.
That's what I've heard.
You type it up. We need a 4-man.
And a whole
so
list.
we look right there, the list comes out. I'll take one of those 4 guys.
Yeah.
Well, on Amazon, there's one difference.
What?
Amazon, you get to shop on Amazon if you bring in your outfit.
Right.
And you order those pants and you don't like how they fit, you know what you get to do?
Yeah.
You get to send it back.
Yeah.
You don't get to do that in college basketball. But that's how it's working. Because I don't like you, you stay for a year, I get rid of you, I send you back. We don't work like that. We've got to have a great kid coming in here or it's going to mess up our whole culture. Worked really hard and narrowed it down to really a couple guys. And the one guy that we got is a young man named Isaac Chapman. And Isaac Chapman, you probably know Isaac Chapman because Isaac Chapman played at Cordova. All right. And Luke Tomlinson said that he goaltended on a last-second shot of Madison Academy.
He did.
All right. But you talked to Isaac, it was not a goaltend. So Isaac Chapman does have history up here.
Yeah, he does.
Isaac went to Campbell. Ended up coming back to a junior college, played his last 2 years at UNA, and then thought his career was done. We have resurrected his career. He's got 1 year to play. We really wanted a 1 year guy because of scholarship money and how it worked.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'll just say this about Isaac. My oldest brother lives in Nashville, and he called me one Sunday morning, and he was like, hey, man, you got great kids, man. I was like, what are you talking about? Like Max, Tanner, and JC? No, your team. I was like, how'd you meet my team? He said, well, Isaac Chapman and Tommy Murr were up here staying with Tanner this weekend. Tanner stayed at the house, and Isaac and I was like, Isaac Chapman was at your house. That's what type of kids we got.
Yeah.
We got wonderful kids. I didn't even know Tanner and Isaac were big buddies, and they're up in Nashville for the weekend. He fits our culture. We are much needed athleticism, and he's new and he's been amazing.
Yeah.
So you've got those kids, and we've got a 6'10" kid named Daniel Saylor who is a pro. I mean, he's a pro. He's a Division I player. He came here for robotic engineering.
Wow.
He works for Lockheed Martin in the summer. He's shooting down missiles or dunking a basketball. At a 35 on his ACT.
Wow.
And the guy's brilliant. We've got really unique kids here. Nylan Thomas, a kid from Buckhorn, has been really, really good. Has been amazing. And we just got really unique kids. I don't know who's going to start.
Yeah.
I don't really care. I don't like. It's amazing what gets accomplished when no one cares who gets the credit. That's what we've got.
Is there games this season that you're really looking forward to?
Well, okay, so really smart, really intelligent coaching and scheduling. Last year we opened with Nova Southeastern. They're ranked number 1 in the country.
Yeah.
And we closed with Nova Southeastern in the Sweet 16. We're not scared of competition.
Yeah.
We open in Miami with Barry University, and they're really good. And then we play Nova Southeastern again.
Wow.
All right, on that second day. And then we come back on Friday, November 17th. We play Lincoln Memorial in here. Lincoln Memorial will be top 10 in the country.
Wow.
So we'll play 2 top 10 teams in the country our first out of our first 3 games.
Yeah.
And so then we've got 13 people in our league. They do a 12-team really kind of round robin, 13-team round. So we played 24 league games. We had 20-4 last year in the league. Wow. So I thought that was a huge accomplishment. 24 league games is ridiculous.
Yeah,
way
that's
too many.
A lot. Mm-hmm.
And so once again, we got 24 league games. We are 52. My 4 years here, we're 52-4 in here in Spraggins.
That's impressive.
It was early. I don't know how we won the basketball game against West Georgia my first year, and I remember Max looking at me. He went, "Dad, there's magic in this building. Spraggins magic. There has been magic in this building. We haven't deserved to be 52-4. We have won some games we did not deserve to win, but we found some ways. We've got amazing community support.
Yeah.
Like our bottom level of Spraggins is almost sold out. Phil Bentley with Bentley Automotive has bought the top area. So when you want to come to a game and you don't want to bug me for tickets, but you can bug me anytime for tickets.
Okay. Not
you guys, but Sierra. If you just want to come to a game, anybody wants to come to a game, you just walk in, come to the game, sit up top for free. Buy some popcorn to help donate to the program. Maybe we'll do a bake sale or some donuts or something like that. But it's a very cozy place to play, and it's a very unique place to play, and our kids love playing in here, and the community has made it feel like really a special place.
Yeah.
You know, when I took over here 4 years ago, I said, I feel like I'm at Duke, Carolina, or Kentucky. And just be honest, make the big time where you're at. That's what we've tried to do, is make the big time where we're at, and we feel like we've done that so far.
Yeah.
But it's time to get to work, and if we continue talking too much longer, I'm gonna miss practice. No, but we have a great time. We have a lot of passion in what we do, and we really, as you can tell, we don't really take ourselves too serious.
Yeah, and I love that. And one more question before we go. It's like a 2-in-1. So you mentioned about the community. You mentioned about, honestly, the type of kids that you have. Anyone watching right now that is interested and wants to play here, even dealing with the NIL, the transfer portal, what kind of players are you looking for? And also, can you give insight on, do you look at high school players? Do you first look in the transfer portal first, or JUCO?
All right. We're a little different. All right. At this moment, we've got 3 commitments for the 24-25 season, and they're all high school kids. I am, what does this say right here?
Uncommon.
Be uncommon.
Yeah.
Be uncommon. While everybody else is looking in the portal, I want to be looking at high school kids. Well, that's the NIL is the NIL.
Yeah.
It is. It's here to stay. I don't want to use NIL to pay a kid to come to UAH. I need him to come to school at UAH because he wants to be a part of our program, part of our culture, get an unbelievable education, be part of Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah.
All right. And so I work a little different. What do we look for in a player? One that can pass, catch, think, and shoot. All right. At Chattanooga, I had amazing athleticism.
Yeah.
All right. We beat Belmont at Belmont. It's a really good win. We went 1 for 19 from the three-point line. It was ugly how we played. We guarded you. We couldn't score. We recruit offensively and coach you defensively. All right. So we really are recruiting offensive guys that can coach that, and we can coach you on the defensive end. We can figure out a way to stop you, hopefully. And so that's kind of what we're looking for. With high school, I want high school kids. I want to build a program.
Yeah.
Cheney Johnson, that's an obvious one. He got to go to Auburn, make over $100,000 NIL deal, and go get Cheney Johnson. We got back from Nova Southeastern. We have end of year meetings. Cheney, let me hear it. Coach, I don't want to go. I don't want to leave. I love Huntsville. I love UAH. Y'all took a chance on me when no one else did. I love my roommates. I love the culture. I don't want to go. But everybody's saying I have to go. It took him 3 weeks to decide to leave. That tells me that we're doing something right here.
Yeah.
Because we were not offering a $100,000 NIL deal.
Right.
All right. Well, I promise you that. I want kids that want to be here. I'm just going, at the end of the day, it's probably the most important thing is kids that want to be here. If you've got some talent and you're dying to be here, because things are not going to go perfect all the time.
Yeah.
And so when they don't go it's like a marriage. When things ain't going perfect, it has not gone perfect for 27 years. But when you're committed to it, you figure those things out.
Yeah.
And there's going to be tough days and there's going to be great days, and that's just life. And so the passion to want to be here at UAH is like really high on our deal. Winning state championships is like winning in high school is very important to us. You know, Isaac Chapman, BDMA, won a state championship. Garrison Sharp from Coleman won a state championship. Jonah Williams from Plainview won a state championship. Luke Burnett from Knox Webb won a state champ. We got a bunch of guys who have won state championships here, and I think those are, if you're used to winning in high school.
Yeah. That's
all right?
so true.
And you take 14 guys or girls that are used to winning in high school, and they all come to college, and they're on the same team. What are they used to?
Winning. Yeah.
If you're used to losing in high school, you're used to losing.
Yeah.
And so that's finding kids that are used to winning, even in AAU, winning in AAU, winning in high school. Some kids just win. Well, I want those kids here in this program.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, Coach, it's been an absolute pleasure, as always, to just chat with you. I'm sure those watching too have learned a lot from you. And can you tell them one more time when the first home game will be? They can come to Sprout.
First home game is November 17th.
Okay.
First home game is November 17th. We do play the 18th. We have a Bill Penny Classic, all right, Bill Penny Toyota Classic. And so we play Friday night, November 17th, and we actually play Fisk University on the 18th, who is coached by Kenny Anderson, who played for the, I don't even know if the New Jersey Nets at that time or Brooklyn Nets at that time, but had a great, and played for the Celtics, had a great NBA career. And so, and then we start a deal. We have multiple, we have a lot of home games. I guess we have 12, 13, 14, we have 14 home games. Yes, we have 14 home games. We play 28 total. It'll be exciting. It'll be fun. It'll be loud. We got a great pep band. It's a very unique atmosphere in here, and we need people to come out. We need to have a lot of fun.
Well, you guys heard Coach. November 17th and also 18th. Come here for the first home game. Join us next week to see who's off the clock.